Hi, I'm Ellie,
Hi, I'm Sophia.
and this is our 2021 science fair project titled Drug Solubility.
Our aim and purpose for this project was to find what type of paracetamol pills will have the fastest absorption rate. We wanted to conduct this experiment because after researching we found out that poorly soluble drugs having slow drug absorption leads to inadequate and variable bioavailability and gastrointestinal muscle toxicity. Drugs that absorb slow are less effective and especially with painkillers can actually be dangerous. We have often seen and heard our friends and family complaining about their painkiller not working fast enough. So we wanted to help out by finding out which one would work fastest and best for them.
Our hypothesis for this project was that Panadol Optizorb would dissolve the fastest. That one made the most sense to us considering Panadol is the go-to brand when buying painkillers, and Optizorb is Panadol Plus basically. It's
Designed for optimal absorption.
Yeah, so makes most sense.
Doing our research, we found that there were very few logs online of this experiment being done, so we pretty much went in blind. The experiments that had been done, though, were done with different pills and liquids to dissolve in, so we had very little clue as to what was going to happen. The cost for this project was overall about $20 in total. Shout out to Ellie's mum for buying it all.
Go Cass!
Everything was bought at a New World supermarket.
So for our method, obviously step one is to put on safety glasses and goggles. You don't want to get acid in your eyes or really anywhere.
Yeah.
So then we gather 20 mils of simulated stomach acid, hydrochloric acid that was just heated up. So place acid in water bath until it's heated to 37 degrees Celsius to simulate the temperature of a healthy human stomach. Pour the stomach temperature acid into a beaker, making sure it just reaches the 20 mils mark. The next step is to drop one of the pills you're testing into the beaker, simultaneously beginning the stopwatch timing. You stop the time when the pill has fully dissolved. We were stirring it the whole time.
Consistently.
And then note down the time and repeat the previous steps with the remaining pills in that group and with each type of paracetamol.
Now to cover all the variables in this experiment. The independent variable was the type of paracetamol pill we used, the dependent variable was the time it took for the pill to dissolve, and the controlled variables included location of the experiment, people conducting and partaking in the different steps of the experiment, temperature of the simulated stomach acid, amount of the simulated stomach acid that the pills were dissolved in, and the amount of pills used in each test, and the same equipment used like the stopwatch and beakers. The equipment we used in this experiment included safety gear that we mentioned previously, like glasses and safety gloves. We used 12 little bottles of 20 mils of hydrochloric acid. We had the beakers with the measuring labels in milliliters, a water bath to heat the acid bottles to the required temperature of 37 degrees. We had 4 types of paracetamol pills, and we had a stopwatch.
So after we conducted our experiment, we found that the results were definitely not what we were expecting. The PAMS paracetamol, the average out of the 3 tests for the absorption rate was 1 minute and 51 seconds. For the Panadol, it was 4 minutes and 33 seconds. For the Panadol Extra, it was 2 minutes and 1 second. And for the Panadol Optizorb, it was 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Now, if we want to look at this graph, we'll bring it up closer. Sorry, this is a bit awkward. You can see there's the PAMS one, there's the Panadol, there's the Panadol Extra, and there's the Panadol Optizorb. As you can see, the Panadol was clearly the worst. PAMS was the best, with Panadol Extra coming up a close second, and then Panadol Optizorb sort of in
Third place.
yeah. All in all, we reckon our experiment went pretty smoothly. We found no major issues arose. We had some concerns about time, but when we actually got into the experiment and the hands-on part of the project, we were fine. If we redid this project with the knowledge we have now, we wouldn't make any major changes. Everything went really well. We have a full range of information. It was effective. It produced good and accurate results. We had a few constructive discussions throughout the course of this investigation. However, they were more or less quickly resolved and didn't affect the actual experiment. We think people would find this experiment useful for when helping choose the pain reliever, but they will obviously want quick results.
In conclusion, our hypothesis was proved incorrect. We had thought that Panadol Optizorb would dissolve the quickest, but we were mistaken. The PAMS paracetamol ended up dissolving quicker than any of the other Panadols, with the lowest average time of 1 minute and 59 seconds. Panadol, which is a household name and noticeably more expensive than any of the other paracetamol-based painkillers on the shelf, underperformed. We don't exactly have a reason for why this happened, because this wasn't what our science project was about, but we believe it is because Panadol is branded for the price. Most people I know refer to paracetamol as Panadol and probably wouldn't even consider buying another brand to be an option. Panadol can use this to make more money, and the fancy packaging and writing makes it seem like the obvious choice for painkillers. We learnt a lot of information as we entered this investigation, knowing very little about Panadol and paracetamol. It was very interesting and we enjoyed the process. PAMS was both cheaper by a significant amount and dissolved quicker, meaning the tablet could provide pain relief quicker than the Panadol. We could not measure the level of relief that the tablets are able to provide, so for all we know, Panadol could be a lot stronger than the PAMS paracetamol. Our concluded answer is that PAMS paracetamol has the fastest solubility rate, leading us to assume that taking this type of painkiller will provide the quickest relief. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
I hope you have a great day.